What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Screen Sanctum. I'm Steve. Today I am going to give you all my non-spoiler review for the Marvels, which I saw yesterday. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to do an unboxing. Well, an unegging maybe? Because I got this baby at the movie when I got my popcorn and my soda. So we'll see what's in there. All right, the Marvels. All in all, I saw a 4 p.m. showing yesterday, and I absolutely love this movie. I knew I was going to like it, but I came out there loving it. After one watch, to me, this might be in my top 10. To me, it was just that good. The story was great. It was heartfelt. I laughed. I cried. I felt all the emotions. To me, it was a nice, tightly knit, an hour and 45-minute story that made 100% sense to me. And I don't think there was at any point where I didn't know what was going on. I saw a lot of reviews say that the movie was muddled. I don't know what movie they were watching because it was fine for me. Could it have used more time? It could have. It just would have added more stuff to it. It didn't need more time. But the movie was so good to me that I would have loved an extra half an hour because I just wanted more. It was that good to me. We get to the characters. So Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and Tiana Paris. I don't think there were any better three characters to cast for these roles. In this movie, they were perfect together. Their chemistry was out of control. It was like they've worked together for years. You didn't really need to have watched WandaVision or Miss Marvel to actually get any of this movie. I know in the beginning, and this really isn't a spoiler because they do it in a lot of movies, they do a quick, 2-minute thing that catches you up. I didn't need it, obviously, because I've seen everything, but for anyone going into this movie who hasn't watched the Disney Plus shows, it'll help you. But I feel like no one would really need it because what they say afterwards is similar to Black Panther and Civil War. Probably a lot of people watching Civil War didn't know who Black Panther was, but they established him in the beginning of the movie, and we knew who he was at least by the middle of the movie, So it's similar to that. We know who Monica Rambeau is and who Miss Marvel is, Kamala Khan, in the beginning of the movie. And that's all you really need to know throughout. The Khan family is in this, as everyone knows from the trailer. They're the ones who really bring the heart, 75% of it to this movie, because their love of their daughter is amazing. It's so good. And that's probably where I felt those cry emotions the most. But there are parts of the movie with just the Marvels where they're working through some stuff as well, because they don't know each other. Monica knows Captain Marvel. She knows Carol Danvers. It's her aunt. They haven't seen each other in 30 years. So it's not just, hey, Aunt Carol, how's it going? Everything's good. It's not like that. All of them have some things to get through. Obviously, Kamala's the fangirl. So while things are really kind of going to shit, she's kind of having a good time. She gets to be with her idol. Something happens, and this is something that we say kind of I don't know the exact expression, but it's kind of don't fall in love with your heroes, to that nature. Something happens and Kamala sees it, which kind of shakes her, and it's the good thing about it is, and I'm tiptoeing spoilers here, is that Carol, she knows what she knows what she has to do. She's older, when it comes to wars and stuff. She knows what has to be done. But there was never really anyone there with a moral compass before to guide her. Nick Fury's the same way. He's known war his whole life. So when war happens, he knows what, there's going to be casualties. You can't save everyone, et cetera, et cetera. And Kamala is a 16-year-old girl. She knows saving her city, but when she has to go into the galaxy and actually witness a war, something happens that kind of shakes her, and Carol immediately doesn't grasp it, but 30 minutes later, they come back to that point, and Carol actually apologizes for something to Kamala, and it's really sweet. Because a lot of times in movies and in real life, adults don't apologize to kids. You know, it's just, you're a kid, shut up and listen to me. So that was really good. Teyonah Parris was amazing as Monica Rambeau, as she was in WandaVision. Her powers get explored a lot more in this movie. And as you see throughout it, she learns new powers, which kind of helps her motivate Carol at the end to do something, which is really cool. But all in all, I had no flaws or no complaints with any of these characters. I love them all. Aman Vellani as Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. Everyone has said it. She is the most perfect casting for, she's like the Robert Downey Jr. of like now. She's perfect for that role. There's nothing else I could really say to heap praise on her. She's so good. Brie Larson is so good. And again, Teyonah Parris is so good. Zawe Ashton as the villain, Dar-Ben. This is another thing I've seen in a lot of reviews, which kind of confuses me. And again, I didn't say it at the beginning of my video is not to make you like this movie. It's not to make you hate this movie. My review is so you can see my thoughts on the movie. I'm not trying to change anyone's opinion. But when it comes to Dar-Ben, the quote-unquote villain of the movie, I think a lot of reviewers got this wrong. She was really good to me. But you have to realize, villains in movies, there are different types of villains. This is not supposed to be a Thanos. This is not supposed to even be like a high evolutionary. It's not even supposed to be like a warmonger from Iron Man 1. She's not really even a villain in this movie. I saw somebody write, same old Marvel villain trying to take over the world and the universe, something like that. What movie did they watch? Because this villain's goal is not to take over anything. She's not trying to take over the world. She didn't come and say, I'm going after Captain Marvel. Like, I am going to kill her. That wasn't her motivation either. So to me, in this movie, she's not a tragic villain, and she's not like a villain that just wants to kill people or take over something. So that's as much as I can really say without spoiling it. It's just, she has a motivation that has nothing to do with anybody, really. She does hold a grudge over Captain Marvel for something that happened 30 years ago, but that really isn't her motivation to kill anyone, if that makes sense. So I had no problem with Dar-Ben. I had no problem with her acting. I don't understand when people say people's actings are flat. You're playing a character. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a cinephile like people claim to be, but also people who claim to be cinephiles will say they don't understand this movie, but then they'll complain when you don't understand or you don't want to sit through 30 hours of Oppenheimer. So that confuses me. So the characters were great to me. The villain was fine for what the story was telling. The story itself was fine. As I said, I wanted more only because I wanted more. Like, I just wanted more. It was so good. I was having such a good time. I wanted to see more. There technically was only one mid-credit scene, no post-credit scene, but that's only because something happens in the movie that is before any credits roll, which could have been a mid-credit or a post-credit scene. So I'll kind of say it has two only because of that. We had some flirkins in this movie, so freaking cute. This is probably going to be something that people don't like, because people will go to comic book movies and then hate when comic book movie stuff happens, which again confuses me. I didn't read comic books when I was a kid. I've read them a couple of years ago, and they're super silly. They're sillier than the movies are. But for some reason, when comic book shit happens in comic book movies, people don't like it, which is ridiculous to me. So that was one thing that I feel like people might just be like, that makes no sense. To me, it was good. It was cute. It was fine, and it did make sense in this story. They go to another world where I know another group of people are going to absolutely hate. I won't say that I loved this world, but it was fresh. It was a world we've never seen before, that things happen that we've never seen before. So in that aspect, it was interesting. I like to see new things. and they gave us a new type of thing, and it was fine. It didn't take me out of the movie. I didn't say, like, this is stupid. Why are they doing this? Now I don't even care about the rest of the movie. It was fine. I enjoyed it. And I'm going to see it again on Saturday. So this is the first movie in a while that I really want to see again. Guardians of the Galaxy, I watched, the third one when it came out, and I still haven't seen it a second time. And I think that just might be because of the pain that it caused me. I don't want to go through it again. Thor: Love and Thunder, I watched a couple of times, but that was because I was home, so I watched it with my dad and my brother. Quantumania, I've only seen once. So all in all, I really love this movie, and I honestly, I don't understand, I really don't understand how people won't like this movie. I do understand why people don't like Love and Thunder. As I said, I enjoyed that movie as a whole. Like, what happened in that movie, the plot of it was fine. I enjoyed that, but there were parts of the movie where I was like, not cringing, but just sighing or just saying to myself, something went too long, something wasn't funny. Maybe they were trying too hard at certain parts, but I didn't hate the movie, but I can understand why you might have hated that movie. Quantumania, again, another movie that I enjoyed, and there are parts of it that I understand why people hate it. I understand why people might not like that movie. I understand why people put Quantumania in their bottom tier of movies. Like, I do understand that. Watching the Marvels, I will not be able to understand how anyone doesn't like it, to be honest. It's a really good movie. Another thing a lot of people have said is it's like 0 to 60 from the beginning to the end. What movie did you watch? It doesn't even start out fast. I don't understand some of the reviews that are out there because they just make no sense to me. They just use words that, like, they feel like maybe they're smarter than everybody else. And then also I feel like people who don't like comic book movies take time out of their day to review comic book movies. And what sense does that make? If you don't like them, why are you going to watch them? I don't know. It's confusing to me. I did not grow up with comic books, and the MCU is my first, like, dipping my toe into comic stuff because I got into it in 2014. So I think my perspective on these movies is a lot different than, one, people who hate comic book movies, and two, people who grew up on comic books, because they might also watch this movie and say, that didn't happen in the comics, that's stupid. This isn't comic Carol Danvers, this isn't comic Kamala Khan, this is stupid. I don't have that problem. I can just watch these movies for what they are, and that is beautiful to me. I don't need comic book backstory. These are my characters, and I have no other point of reference. That's why I enjoy them all, So there's the person who just enjoys things, me. I don't typically go see a movie that I know I'm not going to enjoy. Then you have the people who don't like something but will watch it and review it anyway. And then you have the people who are like comic book geniuses, serious comic book people who will sometimes only like a movie if it's like a 1-to-1 or if it's really close, and if it's not, then they don't like it. I might be going on a little bit more than I wanted to, but all in all, I do think everyone will enjoy this movie, and I'm really interested to see more reviews because a lot of them, to me, are bullshit. I've read some, and I don't see those errors or those complaints for the couple of examples that I gave, like the movie being muddled or not making sense, or the villain trying to take over the world or the galaxy. Like, I feel like people are just lying, And again, if you don't like the movie, that's fine, but your reasons shouldn't be like made up. So if you come out of the movie and you're like, oh, it wasn't for me, the villain was boring, it was just like Loki in Avengers, then I'm going to be like, you didn't watch the movie, because that is not what this villain was about. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I liked it. I loved it. It's probably in my top 10 as of one watch. When I watch it again on Saturday, we'll see how I feel again. But for me, it was an 8 out of 10. It was really, really good. So whatever. come at me if you don't agree. I don't really care. I loved it, and that's the only reason why I go to movies. I go to love or like something. I don't go looking to hate it. Yeah, so that's my main, I guess, non-spoiler review for the Marvels. As I said, wait till the mid-credits. There is a really cool mid-credits scene. A lot of people are going crazy for it. I think you will too, but again, that's not the reason to like a movie or hate a movie. I know every movie and show technically intertwines and connects, but this is kind of standalone. The movie itself, which is good. And then again, at the very, very end of the movie, that was more connecting to me than the post-credit scene. And they just both really excite me for the future, because the future is Aman Vellani, the future is Kamala Khan, and what everyone feels is going to be some sort of Young Avengers, and that's really cool. That's my non-spoiler review of the Marvels. Now let's get into the unegging. Funny thing, when I was buying my popcorn and my soda, I thought it was going to be a Marvel's commemorative popcorn bucket, but it wasn't. It was this. And when I bought this, it kind of spoiled me, because this is in the movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled for this, whatever this is, then just turn the video off and come back after you've seen the movie. But all right, what does it say? It says, collect them all, including the mystery flirt kitten. It is, they don't even really have a technical name for this thing, but I think it's just the Marvel's commemorative popcorn egg. It's a Flurkin egg. So let's see what's inside. Hopefully I don't need like a screwdriver or anything to open this. Is that ASMR? I don't know. All right, here we go. What do we have? Oh, shoot. I got a gold Flurkin. I wonder if this is the commemorative one. This is kind of dope. If there was like only one of these out of all of them and I got it and it's worth like $1 million, look at that. It's a gold one. What does it say on the foot? AMC Theaters. It says the Marvels only in theaters. And then this is kind of suspicious. It looks like, oh, it's a sipper? Oh my God. I don't know how to get this off. But it looks like you put drink in this, and this is kind of weird because you have to like screw the head off. Oh my God, I'm gonna do it. Oh, poor Flurkin. Oh my God. That is, oh, poor Flurkin. Yeah, it's a sipper, so liquid goes in this. Oh my God, that is so savage that you have to take its head off and then you screw it back on, I believe. I am not going to be using this for drink, but I'm going to use this for show. But I wonder if this is the one that they're saying is rare because it's gold. It's cute. It's a cute little thing. I'll have to name my Flurkin. Put that over here. I'll have it in the back later, so it'll be up there somewhere. Okay, so there you have it. My non-spoiler review, my Flurkin egg unboxing. And again, I'm going to see the movie again on Saturday. So I really do suggest that if you enjoy Marvel movies, comic book movies, fun movies, funny movies, movies that will get your emotions going, I really think you're gonna like it. I don't think you're not going to be honest. And I don't say that for a lot of movies. So there you have it. If you've seen the Marvels, let me know what you thought in your comments below. I really only like to hear positive stuff. I hate negativity, but if you didn't like it, and let me know below, like specifically what you didn't like. Maybe after you watched this video, there was something you didn't like that maybe I said something and you were like, you know what, that makes sense. I don't hate that now, but just let me know below. That's all I got. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.